traces of confidence, especially considering it could take quite a dramatic turnaround at world football's very best right now. Also now injured. Goal in the win over Armenia, and Alex Top is from Serbia tonight. So Jovanovic is the... Pretty much guarantees it will. And he took over. Nations football is silver for Portugal. Allowed to carry the ball a long way is Ronaldo. Shalloy across to the one played here on Saturday with Republic of Ireland in the UEFA Nations League quarter-final against his country, though, Cristiano Ronaldo. So I'm expected to see him kept out of the game, much to see there. Bruno Fernandes, Ronaldo! First sight of the whites of the pop. Pedro Neto, Nuno Mendes. It's nicely hungry, and there's an effort at goal from Roman Shalloy. Diogo Costa gets down rid from Szoboszlai. It's an awkward one. This resulted in a goal for Szoboszlai and Hungary, who against the odds lead early in Portugal. The travelling support can celebrate the first goal that Hungary have ever scored in a qualifying. Pedro Neto. In a long time, absolutely will have to come from behind to do so. At least got it away by Styles, but here comes Costa. It was with the shots. Oh, it's a lovely touchdown for Szoboszlai. They were chasing the game. It has to work.
Hello guys, welcome to my channel.
The ball ending up back at the feet of Nuno Mendes. Bernardo Silva. It's a vicious look.
Hello Silas, and hello Godwolf. Thank you so much. If you guys like my art, kindly subscribe. It helps a lot.
An instinctive run that made for a straightforward finish. Parity restored. And Portugal can once again start thinking about the 2026 FIFA World Cup.
I was at the Mole Park earlier this year, somewhere January. You guys can look up Mole National Park in Ghana. We have very huge elephants, gigantic elephants. Visiting there made me remember. Thank you, Godwolf. Made me remember how I used to like drawing elephants when I was younger. So I always had in mind I would be drawing elephants. I mean, doing a hyper-realistic elephant drawing. You don't have to rush the process, because it takes time. Hello, Godwolf. Thank you for subscribing.
Out of 6-yard box. Now Nelson Semedo. Nuno Mendes with the corner. Ronaldo.
Hope you like my art.
Just beyond the reach of Ronaldo. With by Bola, and then no Mendes. And a full stretch. There you go. Pedro Neto. Nuno Mendes. Ronaldo again. just keep coming for Cristiano Ronaldo. Delivers once again when required to drag his nation from a deficit into the lead just before half-time.
Ronaldo scored 2 goals yesterday.
Created that goal by Nuno Mendes, who is fouled and wins a free kick. Long way forward. Nuno Mendes is coming from so far behind, but there he goes, sliding in and he was bamboozled. Neto on target. So too for Nelson Semedo. Pedro Neto not only won the ball, but is moving at pace before Fernandes. Not dealt with, but it should have been. And Tots had to come up with a save to prevent Pedro Neto making it. To drift into a shooting position. It's Attila Shalloy. Bernardo Silva. Cristiano Ronaldo. Bruno Fernandes. Ruben Neves. Bruno Fernandes opens up. Mado. Immediately into the action. And a good cross as well. Balance top. Big save. With a nice Ralph Felix. Top. Varga. Gets it back from Nuno Mendes. Along the way, a fortune would be required. Kirkes. They go with a chance. Guilty Republic of Ireland. Szoboszlai. Now the ambitious from Shalloy. Has he got it right? Tap. From Paulinia. Shrug off Nuno Mendes. This great cross. Chance for an equaliser off the underside of the bar and away. Foul. Catch.
It corresponds to the most common position of the base of the appendix.
Drifting purposely forward and going for goal. Joao Felix or Joao Paulini. We're going to get a chance to cut inside and shoot once he just had to check back. Hungary will be pleased to see the back of it. His 8th and 9th international goals against him. Kirkes are the 2 that Hungary have withdrawn. And Nuno Tavares. Beyond the reach of Gonzalo Ramos. Retrieved by Conceição. They've hardly been entertained tonight, and they might yet be. Portugal will go to the Republic of Ireland before hosting Armenia. Who will. So big. Szoboszlai. Shalloy. Tremendous build-up. Corner kick is from Lukács. And there's a chance for an equaliser. Szoboszlai. That's changed things. Hungary simply refusing to be beaten tonight. And in stoppage time, a goal from Dominic Szoboszlai that puts Portugal's progress to the 2026. In from Vitinha. It's an inviting looking cross. It's a free kick. And a card.
QuickBooks gives me the superpower to automate my invoices, track expenses, and get paid fast, so I can get back to what I love. Get more time in less time. With Quick-
Being brought to you by your Delaware Valley
Honda dealers for Brett Brown, James Ennis. In there for Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, the other forward. Jonah Bolden in the middle, his second straight start with J.J. Redick and Ben Simmons. Rick Carlisle, his 11th season in Dallas, their all-time winningest coach. Justin Jackson, they got him in a trade. Dirk Nowitzki, of course, the future Hall of Famer. Dwight Powell in the middle. Courtney Lee, the former Knick, and the former two-time champ with Villanova, Jalen Brunson. Don't ever miss the 76ers. In fact, you can stream every NBC Sports Philadelphia game with the My Teams app presented by your Philadelphia area local Chevy dealer. So the second of two between the teams, the Sixers winners at Wells Fargo Center on January 5th as we present What to Watch. Being brought to you by Kia.
Well, we talked about Ben and his effect on this ball game. You got to twist the basketball, press the issue, and then don't just be satisfied with three-pointers from the corner. Get the ball inside, whether it be in the half court or the full court set.
Well, the Sixers, yes, they beat this team in January at Wells Fargo Center, but both teams have changed drastically since. It is time now for the virtual health report. Joel Embiid, he will not play Wednesday at Atlanta either.
I'm using
Cause is with the team.
Critter Color
Jimmy Butler against
General's Charcoal.
and a host of injuries, including Luka Doncic.
Did I say General's Charcoal? Critter Color Charcoal.
Straight with a right thigh bruise. He will take the torch from this man, Dirk Nowitzki, the 40-year-old. And we are running tonight from American Airlines Center. Bolden immediately for three. Rebound taken by Courtney Lee. He came over from the Knicks in the Kristaps Porzingis deal.
Shooter, get it going. More punches.
That guy's been a shooter throughout what? 21 NBA seasons. One team.
And he has scored a bunch. Remarkable what he's been able to do. Nothing short of changing the way the game is played. Dirk Nowitzki having that kind of impact on the game.
Brunson, who has played very well since becoming a starter. Gives it up to Dwight Powell. And with all the trades, the opportunity for him to start at center. DeAndre Jordan was the starting center. He has since moved on to the Knicks.
Talked about Ben looking to post up. This ball game, at times he was early in the season against Matthews. That time looking to take advantage of Lee.
Brunson delivering too. He's actually the starter the last couple of months. In fact, the last 16 games, averaging just under 16 in shooting at 54%.
Knows how to play, knows how to win. Still looking to go there. JJ with the cut. Getting back to Brunson, though. He's a champion, Mark. Knows what it takes for the little things. The small things that make a successful team.
That certainly helps. Aside the fact that he's a better player than a lot of people in the NBA thought. The fact that he had a win, major, as Powell will get one more to line.
Mavericks are trying to get the ball where they want it. In Powell's hands this time. Nice cut. Josh Bolden got caught napping a little bit on that baseline cut from Powell.
Brunson already now with a couple of assists. Powell, his fifth year from Stanford, 6'11", 240. He's getting paid in the midst of a 4-year, $37 million deal that he can opt out after the season. He would leave some $10 million on the table as the Sixers give it up. They average just a little bit more than 15 turnovers. It's 27th of 30 NBA teams.
Athletic is Powell, Mark, but at times he was a tweener because he didn't necessarily have the prerequisites. He said, for his position now, that jumper has come a long way. So Powell, much more of a threat now, traditional threat.
Tobias Harris, who's been struggling until that game in Minnesota a couple of nights ago, had 25 points. The game before that, a season-low 6. Nowitzki here with an opportunity. You can hear the buzz from the crowd. Dirk Nowitzki adding to his historic totals. He is 6th all-time in NBA history in scoring recently, passing Philly native, the late great Wilton Norman Chamberlain.
Looking relatively mobile for Dirk Nowitzki standards at times. Those hips of his bobbing him so much, he doesn't look like he's moving well out there, but a little more fluidity to that gait.
He worked very hard over the summer and at the beginning of the season recovering from ankle surgery. You're 7 feet, that makes it difficult, and you're 40 coming back from that.
A lot of miles on those tires.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't been a pedestrian amount of minutes either. He has logged a lot of big minutes in this league. Played a lot of big games with Mr. Nowitzki.
Slow start for the Sixers in the meantime. 2 in their first 7. Brunson. And what did Rick Carlisle say before the game? Stronger than a lot of people think he is.
I think that's a perfect example of it right there. People agree.
Well, J.J. Redick fouled, hitting the 3, and he'll go to the line. By the way, just passed Steve Nash for 21st all-time in NBA history in three-pointers. I'm just saying.
You can see Ben dribbling it to his side, a little handoff. Nice quick hitting action there.
Nash, ironically, played here in Dallas, and now Redick is right behind Dale Ellis as the 20th spot in NBA history. He was an original draft pick of the Mavericks going back to 1983.
Ellis.
Mavericks made a bad trade. They gave him up to Seattle for a player by the name of Al Wood, and Ellis became one of the best three-point shooters of his time.
Lights out, Dale Ellis. With that team up there, Rain Man. Also had Gary Payton, Nate McMillan, now the head coach of the Pacers. There was a nice squad there.
Now you're talking.
Eclectic squad.
Yeah. I thought eclectic would make the broadcast. What happens when you work with a Duke guy?
Hey, did you hear they're going to replay that Duke game from yesterday?
Why?
April.
Somebody already got me once today.
Last year we were in Charlotte and it was Easter. It didn't seem appropriate.
No. Simmons taking Jackson and having his way, just pulling his way to the hoop. Ben Simmons, fifth on the Sixers in scoring, averaging just over 17.
It was going right into Jackson's chest. Really looked like Jackson just out-muscled there by the stronger Simmons.
Well, the Mavericks will take their share of threes. Meantime, the Sixers in the midst of an 8-0 push started by the J.J. Redick 4-point play, and that pass Harris intended to Jonah Bolden goes awry. Mavericks at 30 and 46, obviously eliminated from the playoffs. It's happened now for the 3rd straight year. They have high hopes for Kristaps Porzingis. Element of Brunson, of course, Luka Doncic could eventually be the Rookie of the Year. Justin Jackson, they got him from Sacramento. Harrison Barnes going to the Kings, spent more than 2 seasons here in Dallas. Signed him as a high-priced free agent. Brunson all the way in. Boy, that was easy. And Rick Brown thinking, you know what, a little bit too easy. His team down 4, and we have a timeout.
Pressing the issue. That's what we talked about at the top of the program. Ben sees Jackson. Takes it right to him.
Selfish player, one of those guys who had a huge impact internationally for guys like me, Joel, and so many others.
Dirk Nowitzki, 21 years with one team. The only player in NBA history to accomplish that. 7 feet, 245 from Germany. Really, thank you so much. The Sixers going to Tobias Harris out of the timeout. Having his way on Courtney Lee. And he'll go to the line looking for one more. Of course, the Sixers with their share of players who are born abroad.
Covering a number of different continents. You've got Turkey that straddles 2 continents, and of course, Australia, Africa.
I will say this, I thought the late Drazen Petrovic kind of opened the door and showed that foreign-born players could play in the NBA. Dirk Nowitzki, he proved it beyond a shadow of a doubt, and really kind of originated with his play the term stretch 4.
Yeah, that definitely changed the game. I think the difference between Drazen and Dirk is that Dirk is a result of Drazen. Drazen having played in that Dream Team 92, Ben going coast to coast, playing in that Olympics in Barcelona and finishing second for Yugoslavia. And Dirk will tell you, his love for basketball started in 1992 in those Barcelona games.
Good stuff. Yeah, the dream team for sure. Simmons, who already has 6. Redick, another 3, and down it goes for J.J. Redick. His second 3 had the 4-point play earlier, and he has 9 of the Sixers' 20.
And posting up, not to finish, but to find that time, delivering it to J.J. ready to shoot.
Powell crashing and scoring. Dwight Powell, for the record, averaging just over 10, but a bit more than that lately as a starter. Real energy guy who typically comes off the bench. Harris taking Powell, who made a nice defensive play to knock it off of Tobias and out of bounds. Well, Harris now the only starter to remain in the game. Boban Marjanovic for the first time, Mike Scott, T.J. McConnell, and Shake Milton did not play in the Sixer win a couple of nights ago at Minnesota. What with the absence of Jimmy Butler, opportunity for Brett Brown to go deeper to his bench number 42, Maxi Kleber, native of Germany, and a native of Tunisia, number 50, Salah Mizri, on the floor for the first time. In fact, Mizri, the guy who hit that one, only a 6'3" in 15 tries this season.
Well, again, he started off by coming into this league as a back-to-the-basket player. He's had to adjust his game, like a lot of bigs now, facing up to see him knocking down that corner three.
Harris's third bucket. Second on the Sixers in scoring to Joel Embiid, averaging just over 20.
He's had some success against the Sixers in the past, as you see that drive into the painted area by Burke.
Trey Burke, to be exact, 6'1", 190, his 6th year. He was the hero in their most recent game, a victory at Oklahoma City. That was just yesterday, and Burke in that game had 25 points.
At one time, teammate of former Sixer Nick Stauskas, Trey Burke.
Pretty good Michigan team, wasn't it?
Really good. Like Albrecht as well.
Mizri fouled on the play by the Sixers' Boban Marjanovic. Fans, stay connected to your 76ers with the all-speed and coverage and control you need with Xfinity X5. This is beyond Wi-Fi. This is X5. Lead against the rookie Shake Milton, college ball here in Dallas at SMU. And Lee is able to connect. He had some serious injury issues earlier this year. A neck injury, keeping him out a big part of this season. He's 11th in the NBA. Harris Mosley, but he's pointing Milton's way, saying, you know what, I want the pass from a different angle. Harris pulling his way that time.
Helped Blake get in there. Tobias taking the initiative and going right to the cup.
So Tobias got to pick up where he left off in Minnesota. Started early in that game as well. That was a fine first quarter. McConnell getting to a spot and drilling it. TJ, his first points.
Being adventurous, finding where the soft spots of the defense are. The most important thing in that exchange is keeping your dribble alive.
Take a timeout. 7 Leaching. It is timeout for us to present the Independence Blue Cross Fearless plays of the game.
See Ben Simmons and what he's able to do. We saw him post up and find JJ for a nice jumper. Here he is being more aggressive, taking what the defense gives him, avenues to the lane in the full court setting. Can't stop Ben. A nice little cross step over. Ben Simmons is your Independent Blue Cross Fearless plays.
Ben, one of his 10 triple-doubles this season against the Mavericks. That was in January. Here now the home team with possession out of the timeout. T.J. McConnell comes up with a swipe. Number 3, Darryl Bacon from Arkansas on the floor for the first time. 6th NBA game. Marjanovic controlling, and he is smothered and fouled. And he's back matching up with a 7-footer and Salah Mesri.
Mesri giving up about at least 35 pounds to the bigger and wider Marjanovic. Boban using up that deep post position to get that offensive rebound and put back a 10.
Ben Simmons, J.J. Redick coming back. Tobias Harris taking a break with 9. Redick enters with 9. Marjanovic, his 4th year in the NBA from Serbia. Came with Tobias Harris and Mike Scott to trade with the LA Clippers. He's scoring his first 2 3-pointers of his NBA career. The Sixers will return to the site of his first Atlanta. That will be on Wednesday, ending this 3-game trip. That's Marjanovic off the Mesri miss.
Just a delight to be around as well. Boban with an exceptional disposition, demeanor.
Marjanovic slamming off of his own miss.
Except when he's dunking on your head.
Yeah. He gets it like that. I don't think you can stop him, really.
No. He practically doesn't have to do much. He doesn't have to elevate. All you got to do is just extend that arm and keep deep into the post.
Number 45, the Australian Ryan Brokoff played well against the Sixers in Philly. More than 90 seconds to play here in the first.
It has become a global game, hasn't it? And you're not surprised by where the love of basketball started.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere now in the 4 corners of the globe.
How about Mesri from Tunisia?
Next door to my homeland, but they're not known like Egypt as a basketball powerhouse. Nonetheless, that love has somehow been fostered in it.
That's a nice pass by Mesri from Tunisia to the Australian Brokoff, who actually went to college here in the U.S. in Valparaiso.
International touch on that last bucket. We've seen that more and more.
The NBA is announcing next year to play a regular season game in Paris, France.
Switching it up from London now, they're switching the focus over to Paris. And people remember the original McDonald's game was in Paris back in the day.
Well, the Mavericks, they have always been attracted to the foreign-born players, beginning with Dirk Nowitzki. Porzingis will have to wait till next year to play. Coming off that injury acquired from the New York Knicks. Making a 6'3", 185, and Ben Simmons promptly gets a piece of that shot.
That's the second air ball Macon has been able to release. And the first one didn't get a piece of it. That's
Hola, Predelita.
Simmons, the Sixers will keep it here with about 10 seconds separating the clocks.
Muchas gracias por sus palabras.
And on the ball defense, see how he just elevates, good timing, gets off the floor quickly to get a piece of that.
Redick gave it up. Shot clock is unplugged. That was Burke in a hurry. I can understand enforcing the issue, but in doing so, you give the Sixers the final possession here. But plenty of time left on the first quarter clock.
You gotta wonder what he was thinking about, because even if he gets the bucket, the 76ers will inbound it with plenty of time to respond. Burke, though, known for playing at a quick speed.
Burke again, 25 points. He had 4 threes, 8 assists, did not turn the ball over in yesterday's win at Oklahoma City.
Any road game, good accomplishment, let alone, I should say, a road win. Especially against the likes of Oklahoma City, despite the fact that they may not be at full strength. So what?
Yeah. It's a nice win for this team. The shot clock is unplugged. It's a Redick 3, and he's had a terrific first quarter. Redick with a dozen, including 3 of 3 from beyond. Here is Brokoff. That'll do it. Sixers with a little burst here. Their largest lead at 5. It comes at the end of the first quarter.
This is the moment made up of moments big and small that become permanent. This is physics defined, chemistry redefined, and history inscribed. This is Philly standing together.
Sixers had a 10-2 spurt over about the last 3.5 minutes of the first. Grab a 5-point advantage as we begin the second. Sixers action tonight on NBC Sports Philadelphia and streaming live on 1910. Serena Winters, Ale Antonelli, Mark Zuma bringing you all the action. Game 2, a 3-game trip for the Sixers, looking for their 50th win of the season tonight. As Trey Burke smashes to it.
That's something he's worked on. Didn't have that in his college days. To go along with the quickness everyone asked the jumper of him. Looks like he's becoming more and more reliable.
Riddick, first time he has missed from beyond, was 3 for 3. He needs 3 now to pass Kyle Korver. The Sixers record for threes in a season.
Well, he can hit the rim, so that's progress.
Burke dropping through a maze of Sixers, getting all the way to the cup. He is out there with rookie Daryl Bacon. Salam Mesri is in the middle. Maxi Kleber, one of the forwards, and the other is Ryan Brokoff as Riddick continues to sizzle.
That dribble handoff, that's the second time it's worked with Ben. JJ getting wide open looks, able to knock them down with ease.
Bacon, this is a brief audition for him. He's scoreless 0 for 4 for the floor. Simmons for the plunging Ennis. Salam Mesri was standing guard, the 7-footer. We have a whistle, and the foul's going to be on Mesri.
How many times have we seen Ben in the post, able to find someone cutting? That time it's Ennis coming from weak to strong.
2019-20, Delaware Blue Coats season tickets now available. It's a great family atmosphere, and ticket packages are really affordable. Just $199 per seat. Go to Sixers.com/Blue Coats or call 302-504-7587. Nowitzki gave the Mavericks 5 minutes earlier. He's averaging about 14.5 minutes per game.
And moving, like I said, moving as well as I've seen him move in the last couple of years.
Again, coming off of ankle surgery, I'm sure it was not easy to accomplish. As Ryan Brokoff, who had 15 in January in Philly, he averages only 4 against the Bucks. Sixers running their starters with Simmons and Red.
And with the advantage on Burke, looking for the post-up, and none of his teammates find it. He's going to come to the ball.
Instead, it's a Tobias Harris 3, and the Sixers will gladly take that. Toby now with a dozen here in the first half.
I think Ben was also considering that Toby might drive, so he didn't want to post up and clog the lane. I think that's why he was hesitant to kind of just seal Burke, allowing Toby some space.
Yes, for Simmons, it's great bait because, you know, the defense is taking a look at that matchup inside, or that mismatch inside.
Yeah, the more the defense has to worry about guys around you, the easier it is for you.
Bolden for 3.
Off tonight is Jonah. After connecting in Minneapolis a number of times, 5 to be correct. Exactly.
5 threes, and Luke Ray rookie career high 19 points. Dwight Powell now with 10. Simmons gave it up.
One of the few unforced errors. You can see them acknowledging each other. JJ likes to flare to the corner when he sees Ben penetrate. Ben thought he'd stay in that short little slot. JJ flared to the corner, and that's where the turnover occurred.
Dallas, they will also turn it over. They average 14.5. It's 21st. Dirty NBA team. They don't normally force a lot. Burke has Riddick in his sights. And he hit it.
That's a tough shot. You're okay with that. That's really good D by JJ.
8 minute run off the bench for Burke as Simmons forcing the issue. Comes about 8 or 9 rows up. And White Towel called for the foul. That was a foul. And it is time now for the... Don't laugh, because I'll tell you where I stole that from in a minute. It is now time for the Coors Light Refreshing Replay. First of all.
Here's Burke with the impressive move.
Listen, way back in the day, the late, great Dave Zinkoff with Bailey Howell And the Boston Celtics would come to town and would be a prevention ball at the Spectrum. And Bailey committed fouls. Ennis nearly had a terrific slam back. He would say, Bailey, foul, foul, or foul. So listen, I don't ever come up with anything original. I steal everything.
That was pretty good, though. JJ, nice cut.
And a foul. Redick, if he completes the three-point play, would have 17 points. He averages nearly 18.
That guy on your screen making the culprit and the foul. JJ just kind of catching his defender napping or staring at the basketball. You're taught as a player, when you see the back of your man's head, that's when you know he's not looking at you. You got to cut hard to the basket. Good read from JJ.
Sixers with 5 games left after tonight. They could clinch the 3 seed with a win and a Boston loss. Boston is home tonight against Miami, I would think. Over the next 5 games, JJ Redick will get at least 1 game off as, again, the big buzz is Nowitzki misses against Tobias Harris.
Nice forcing him to shoot over those outstretched arms. You just gotta hope whoever misses. Not much more you can do.
Harris missing the 3.
You can tell he's engaged offensively.
Wow, Redick, open 3, that's what I call a beach check.
Man, he shot that from Lubbock. By the way, it's 5-hour drive. I asked Zaire earlier. We should be down here, that's nothing. 5 hours drive in the car, that's nothing.
Right. They go that far to the drugstore here.
Exactly.
At least 20 minutes, and he scored almost 10 points per game in that. Take a look at his percentage, 56.8%. And on Jonah talking to Brett Brown today at shoot-around, he said they're still figuring out what to do with Joe's backup minutes, and they're looking at probably 10 or 12 a game in the playoffs. But that Jonah is obviously an option, saying that there is a favorable matchup. He has shown that you can go to him in the playoffs, which is quite a statement considering he is a rookie.
Yes, Serena, we thank you. Fuel the performance of Jonah Bolden. Fuel your morning with Dunkin'.
Found it interesting what Brendan said about Furkan Korkmaz as well. Perhaps expecting him, knowing that Sheik won't be eligible in the playoffs. Perhaps Korkmaz might get called on his number.
Furkan is with the team and was smiling and very energetic backstage before the game, and he seemed to imply that, yeah, he could be back sooner rather than later.
Every time I see him, we kind of gives me a little thumbs up or thumbs out. He keeps saying sooner, sooner. We're there, we're there. So he certainly wished it sooner rather than later. Hard not to root for that kid.
You've had 9 lead changes in the game. Wilson stayed after rookie Nathan. Has come on as Dirk Nowitzki, his second bucket for 4. Harris missing the 3. Marjanovic had been found by Nowitzki, who was claiming all ball.
Well, he may have gotten all ball, but that demonstrative slap down from the official, who might be slightly off angle. As we take a look at Dirk down the other end of the floor, how many times have we seen that? 4-1 with the conversion.
Would you talk to me about slapping up instead of down?
Yeah, well, that's how we were taught. We were taught, it's almost, if you think about it mentally as a referee, when you see guys slapping at it, it's almost an easy call. What Dirk did there, that demonstrative slap down on Boban's wrist, even if he does get all ball, it looks like a foul. The slapping up of the ball doesn't necessarily look as much of a foul.
Marjanovic locks it up at 44, approaching the halfway point of the second. Nowitzki again.
He's missing it long, so he's getting enough leg in him. Yeah, moving better than he has a couple of years past.
Scott Carlantine up a three, spotted Harris. Now it's a mid-three. Marjanovic battling with the 7-footer Mesri, out-dueling him. And Trey Burke on the run for the Mavericks. McConnell back there in the professional foul by TJ McConnell, forcing Trey Burke. He had his two at the line.
Boban's got to shoot that. I understand the intention that he was looking for cutters, but it was so tightly packed in that lane that a short pass just going to be tough to pull off. Shoot that.
So two more at the line for Trey Burke. 76ers Kids Club is presented by Five Below. Membership just $35. It includes a welcome kit, team store discount, and more. Go to Sixers.com/Kids Club for more information. That's the halfway point of the second.
It's got to make himself available.
Throwing in Finney Smith is to line number 10. Playing some good off-the-ball defense on Tobias Harris. Coming back to starter Justin Jackson with a rebound.
Finney Smith, a nice combination of athletic and strength as well as strong, I should say.
It's Mesri bursting in there. Finney Smith hits for three. Too strong. Harris for a three. Floorboard for Scott. He'll take a three. Nowitzki for a three.
Get long, on target, just a little long for good.
Mesri with a three earlier. Crowd wants him to shoot from the outside. And he'll take one.
They get what they want. Be careful what you ask for.
Yeah. Scott for a three. Well, we're taking a lot of threes. And of course, the NBA for the 7th straight year setting a record for three-pointers attempted. Sixers are down to 2. Score and change to play first half. Second quarter. Didn't score on that possession either. Brunson for a three.
It's starting to separate a little bit here, Mark.
Yep.
Not gonna worry.
Largest lead at a dozen. Simmons had a blocked and a foul.
Kleber in a vulnerable position, forced a foul.
Tobias Harris to come back. And you listen to NBC Sports Philadelphia's podcast. Join us for Eagle Eye on the Birds, of course. And on the Phillies, we have Off the Yard. Check them out wherever you listen to your podcasts. Tobias Harris is back. Blake Scott is in. One more now for Ben Simmons. Dwight Powell returning. Third. Nice move to the left hand by the 6'10 Maxine Kleber, who has been solid as a backup or a spot starter this year for the Mavericks.
Second team All-Euro was Kleber back in 2017.
He gathers in the Simmons miss. Opportunity for Dallas to get 2 possessions for one. They've done a nice job here closing the first half. The Sixers forcing it there. They've been victimized by dribble penetration a number of times here in the first half. That time escaping. There's Redick on 3, and again he is fouled.
I believe it was Kleber, the culprit again, trying to close out in the corner. Oh, check that, it was Jackson.
And 2 at the line for Redick, his 5th and 6th free throws of this first half. Sixers fortunate to be getting to the line because
That's what I
buckets,
did.
yeah, have not been plentiful here in the second. That would be Pinsky Cleveland. The NBA shooting nearly 90% from the line. 6 for 6 tonight. He's got 20.
Been sitting for a while. And his ball is now looking a little more stiff than he's been starting.
And the three-pointer for Dorian Finney-Smith, and now the shot clock is unplugged. The Sixers would have owned the final possession. Ben Simmons in conversation with Jonah Bolden on that turnover. The Sixers played some advantage at the end of the second quarter. Look at that. They had scored nearly 8 minutes. Nearly 8 minutes of second quarter action.
Giving that gives credit. Executing the 76ers, especially offensively.
Nowitzki for three. Quite the run by Dallas to end the second. Simmons got it off. And now a little. Sixers more than happy to see that second quarter finally close. This was a taut affair until they were outscored 41-18 in that second quarter, trailed by 18-3. Sixers halftime live, sponsored by Nissan.
Basketball being brought to you by Mercedes-Benz of Atlantic City, Mercedes-Benz of Port Washington, and Mercedes-Benz of Westchester. Visit yourmercedes.com. A difficult second quarter for the 76ers has been trailing by 18 points as we prepare for the start of the third quarter. 76ers actually had a 2-point lead with 8:22 to go in the second. They went the rest of the second quarter without a ball.
Well, listen, I thought the problem was that they kind of didn't maintain their momentum. They had a good momentum going in the first period, but then all of a sudden you saw that the Mavs really carried the day with their energy. Now, do the Sixers supply some energy in the second half? I think that's where the test is.
Meantime, it is time for tonight's Shot Chart, being brought to you by your hometown KFC.
Take a look at what JJ's been able to do. 6 of 10 from the field, sprinkled out with a couple of layups, but JJ not enough production offensively. See what they do here in the second half.
On the screen of winners, I'll have the Abby marks them on tonight on NBC Sports Philadelphia, streaming live as always on the My Teams app. Justin Jackson taking the feed from Jalen Brunson and connection. So right now the Marches lead the game at 20. Simmons, J.J. Redick, Tobias Harris. For the forwards, James Ennis. There were Jimmy Butler, the other forward, and Shoto Bolden in the middle. Bolden in there for Joel Embiid. Resting back in Philly is Nowitzki. Misses the three. Simmons an opportunity here against the 6'8" Justin Jackson. Has his miss.
Jackson doing a decent job of not allowing Ben deep post position. Getting in his way, proving to be an obstacle for Jackson.
Jalen Brunson. Courtney Lee in that court. Nowitzki another miss. He's out there with Dwight Powell and Justin Jackson. Ennis for three. Boy, the Sixers still in search of a field goal since 8:22 remained in the second as we go to Serena. We apologize for having some difficulties here in Serena as Ben Simmons finally ending that long drought for the Sixers, which lasted a little more than 10 minutes. Welcome to the line looking for one more.
Hard to believe that you can go that long without scoring a basket with the amount of basketball talent out on the floor. That coupled with the fact that the
He was 3 of 9 from the floor. Think about Harris, who blocked his shot.
Certainly had a hard time elevating as in years past.
And Simmons crashing into a Dallas Mavericks. That was Jalen Brunson, and he calls the offensive foul.
Brunson's feet, where are they? They are outside the lane on his tippy toes. Then going across his body, gets a piece of him. Brunson selling that.
Sixers not only losing the turnover battle, but the rebounding battle as well. As now we go back to Serena.
Chapman's assistant coach Monty Williams said afterwards, and he said offensively, look, the movement they weren't happy with, and what they were doing on offense they weren't happy with. The shots just were not falling. They need to see shots going, and on top of that, they need more from their bench guys. Just 2 of 12 from that bench unit in that first half. Gotta need more than that.
That bench outscored by plenty, just generating 7 points. A combination of Boban Marjanovic and TJ McConnell. Serena, we thank you. Harris for the 3. Joy Bolden with some energy.
That's what you're going to need some energy to overcome this 17-point deficit.
Ennis slamming for 2, and that gets the Sixers going. James Ennis, again, getting a start tonight for Jimmy Butler. And with that, Ennis.
So, think of a, I guess, a deficit to overcome, but it's not insurmountable. So, this is a team that will allow you buckets. The Dallas Mavericks, you just got to get stopped at the other end.
Nice to slam his first bucket. That was a late whistle from Mark Davis. And the foul speaking on J.J. Redick, I saw the contact, and he waited until the shot was put up to see whether or not it would go in, and Bill Brown is arguing the call.
Don't get me started, man. Take a look at this play again. Here's the drive. You know how I feel about it. Ennis with the emphatic finish there. I'm with you, partner. What does the make or the miss have anything to do with the timing of the whistle? But it seems like it has a lot to do with the timing of the whistle.
Anyway, for Redick, it is his 3rd. He was the first on the team. James Ennis, his first 2 moments ago. Second start. Both of Jimmy Butler. He was a starter when the Sixers acquired him from the Houston Rockets. 25 starts to be exact with Houston. Simmons planted. Delivery made by Ennis. Ben is on miss, and he is fouled. Simmons draws the contact, going back to the line. We present the Buick drive of the game.
Take a look at that drive. That's a pump fake to set up that penetration. Here it is again, the swing from Tobias, the pump fake, the drive. Finish from Mr. Ennis.
James Ennis, his 4th year from Long Beach State.
It's been a little bit of a revelation in the regards of his offensive game, Mark. A little bit more bravery and toughness to his offensive game. Offensive boards is what I'm referring to, attacking the rim. Not just the jumper.
Another foul here. Justin Jackson on the drive. This is going to be on Simmons. 2 on him, 2 on the team. Club 76, the official season ticket waiting list of the 76ers. Get priority access for season tickets for next year. That includes exclusive 76ers gear, special ticket offers, and much more. Sixers.com/Joint Club 76. Or you can call 215-339-7676. Justin Jackson, 2nd year from North Carolina, and acquiring him from Sacramento. Trade for the veteran Harrison Barnes. Redick missed the 3. Ennis had an opportunity.
Jackson's had good games against the 76ers, albeit in a purple and black uniform. Sacramento Kings.
Yeah, remember last year as a rookie played well in Sacramento for them.
Hit a couple shots, played some good D. The length is what's so attractive to Mr. Jackson.
Simmons fouled again, so Ben attempting his 10th and 11th free throws of this game.
Just a nice little spin dribble on that post up. Ben covering a lot of ground because of his length.
Mike Scott, Boban Marjanovic, and Zaire Smith played 5 hours up the road at Lubbock. for Texas Tech. Congratulations to the Red Raiders for getting to the Final Four. And so you're looking for some bragging rights. Second game as an NBA player, made his debut March 25th. It was at Orlando. Had himself a three-pointer on his first touch in the NBA. Zaire Smith, 6'4", 200 pounds, 16th pick in the draft by Phoenix. Of course, the Sixers got him in a draft night deal for Mikal Bridges, who the Sixers selected with a 10th pick.
Kind of an operatic first year, hasn't he? Up and downs, highs and lows of what could happen to you as a pro.
Yeah.
Injuries, dealing with things off the floor.
In August, he suffered a Jones fracture to his left foot. He was participating at that point in a developmental camp. It was in Las Vegas, and then had a terrible allergic reaction and lost a lot of weight. Brent Brown talked before the game about how hard he had to work just to regain the weight.
What else? You got to wonder what else can go wrong for him. That being said, remains a positive kid, great disposition, and we all, as Sixers fans, look forward to what he's able to do.
T.J. McConnell in, Ben Simmons out. Tobias Harris remaining the only starter, and he will get the Sixers into their offense. Harris dipping in and stroking two. Tobias now with 14 points.
Allow him to get into that foul line extended area. He's just so good. Now on one dribble, he's impossible to cover.
Dwight Powell, his second three of the game. We mentioned the Mavericks, they're offensively challenged, so they will take their share of threes. Try to generate points, and Powell hits his second of the game.
He's made himself into a shooter. Give Powell lots of credit. Nice drive. So he wanted that contact. No foul call.
Harris working hard for the money. Powell off the Brunson mess.
Like TJ, Brunson wants to get to that foul line, the elbow area. The jumper for him is comfortable.
Powell taking Brunson. The reverse is twirled in by T.J. McConnell, his second bucket. Jackson hit the Sixers last year in Sacramento. At 19 points.
The Blazers beckoning Boston and Toronto after this one. Our honey started. Sixers getting the shot. Rebounded Nurkic. He gets 10 of those tonight. Just too easily right now for Cooper. And the shot is tipped in by Harkless off his own bench.
Cavaliers don't have any sparks right now. They're kind of playing as if they're waiting to get beat. They got to come out and play this game. This is a first-class team. They haven't played against a team like this in the last 6-7 games.
Here comes Clarkson. Over the top. And he hit. So Jordan hits his first.
Hello, Gold Wolf.
This is not Phoenix or Memphis. They're facing here tonight.
Exactly right.
20-7. And the Blazers desperately want every win they can get. They're in a 50-win pace right now. Bowden surveying.
You're welcome back.
Try to get it all back in the box. Exactly. His own energies.
This execution right back into the game is what you have to do.
Clarkson. It's a man game action. Glover and Beal got tangled up. Clarkson. Jordan had a check make his way into two. So he's got 7 quick points off the Canada bench in 3 minutes.
He ain't got him in Nurkic that time.
20-9. Foul line of Collins as he threw away Kelly, who got in his shirt a little bit. CJ said, I know he initiated the contact. He beat him in the spot.
He sure did. Oh, yeah. He did. He beat him to the spot.
That's just good scouting by Dylan, knowing your opponent.
Knowing exactly right.
Larry Nance Jr. checks in. Gets a nice hand. Marquise Chris off the Cavs bench. Suddenly the Cavs now have hit 4 of the last 5 after missing their first innings. Watch the brings the wide. Billy Cole before the two-man game. He has Skinner off their bench. Deli put down and under. He went glass that time for two.
Right. Nuggets was waiting for him, but he just knew that Deli was going to put that lob pass. This time he banks it in.
That Collins off their bench. That's Dennis Skinner again, the ex-Knick. Marcus trying to force his way inside. Collins looked off and didn't bring it in.
What will defense do?
That's an error.
Over Patterson Field, on the scoreboard. That's right.
Defense will, every time, defense will burst the pipe every time. Cavs putting up some pressure. Good defense by Marquise across the middle to move his feet.
He has scored last six.
Lord overplaying Deli.
James Harden screen and roll. On a floater himself now. Rebound to Collins. And Collins has good size. On a Gonzaga 7-footer. CJ to the hole. He was fine.
The high pick and roll will be essential for the Cavaliers to play that solid tonight. You got to understand how you're going to play it because those two guards will wear you out if you don't play it right. This time he gets a chance to get around that corner and turn. Once he turns his shoulders going downhill, you're in trouble.
There's at number 3 because of his older brother Eric. They're extremely close. Eric still playing professionally overseas in Turkey. They bring the family to Cavs basketball with a Levin Furniture Family Fun Pack. Get 4 tickets, 4 fan meals starting at just $32.50 per ticket. Get your family fun pack today at Cavs.com/offers. That's CJ's high school coach, Jack Reynolds Jr. Exceptionally proud of CJ. When his number retired in Lehigh, his alma mater, yesterday, so running out for him. Oh, yeah. State attached to Dellavedova. Della looking for space. Carson came to the ball. That's falling away for a shot there. Here comes Portland. Began the road trip with a win over Brooklyn. Willard backs out and buries that three. Shoots it effortlessly, doesn't he?
It doesn't take much. He doesn't need much space either. I mean, that young man is a shooter, man. He can cut out, put the ball in the back.
His 166 triple. Passes wide of the mark by Dellavedova. And Jordan Clarkson points to himself saying, I should have gotten to the spot. Back in a moment.
Hello, everyone. I'm Angel Gray. The Cavs are continuing to get healthy bodies back, which allows Coach Drew to continue to experiment with different rotations. One of the sparks of those rotations is Matthew Dellavedova, who continues to bring energy and consistency on both ends of the floor.
You know, just being a veteran presence and somebody that, somebody that we all can look to is like, all right, this is how you should play. You know, night in and night out, giving it his all, as unselfish as you could possibly ask for, and he's been the ultimate professional. So.
Without question, but the leadership seems down. Rodney Hood, the ex-Cavalier, in the ball game for the first time. Jake Lehman also checks in for them. David Duavo for the Cavaliers. Clarkson trying to keep it going. Nice look off. Found it's too deep to shoot it, though. Duavo cut off by Lehman. Dance a hook over Lehman. And gravity was his friend as Larry Nance Jr. gets two.
He put the right spin on that one.
25-13.
Good hand.
Look inside as Nance stole it. Intended for Cantor. Clarkson rises and scores with a finger roll. So he's got many quick ones.
So he took his time and got to the basket and had an easy layup.
25-15. Cavaliers back into 10 now to trailing by 15. Gotta watch out for Lehman. Had an 18-point game against the Cavs last time. He's really athletic.
Yeah, he's a good, solid player. He'll be in this league a while.
He has broken into his own this season off their bench. A pivotal member of the rotation. Averages 8 points a game. May not sound like a lot, but
8 points off the bench is solid, Fred, because anything close to double figures off the bench is great.
well, against New Orleans, he had 20 in the third quarter alone. As we have a Cavalier foul off the collision. So we got Marquise Chris.
And he can't send this team to the free throw line. Number 2 in the league, 82%. As a team, you can't send them to the line with fouls like that. You have to be careful how you treat them in those kind of situations.
Yeah, especially this team. They're second best in free throw percentage. At just a hair under 82%. A lot of guys would take that for a player mark. And coming up on the next 72, Cavaliers in the paint tomorrow at 6. Blue Jackets and Penguins, always fun, tomorrow at 6:30. And Cavs and Knicks Thursday at 7. Fox Sports Ohio and streaming on the Fox Sports app. The Knicks ending their home court losing streak at 18. A shot up from Samuel Jackson at the Oscars last night. They're ending that drought. Answers to the side. Canner knocked it away intended for Chris. Marquise rescued it. Plenty of time to get off a good shot. Collins against Clarkson. Lost the ball. Just trying to force his way inside.
That's not the thing to do against this team.
Rodney Hood used the right hand to get to the left, and he hit it for 2.
Because against this team, you want to make them guard 1 or 2 more, 3 options. You don't want to give them that first look, and that's all the defense they have to play.
Rodney playing his 7th game for these guys, averaging 8 points a night as a Blazer. And he's thinking about 3. 1 minute to go in the quarter. Weak side pitch to Chris. There's a 3. In rhythm. And that's what Larry Truman's been talking to Marquise about. Making sure that you're not seeking threes, but shooting threes within the role of the offense. And that was a good example there. 2019. Eyes the shot clock. Rises. Rebound and Nance. Cavaliers will go 2 for 1 if they hurry here. And choose not to. Clarkson again. This time the 2-man action was Chris. Clarkson trying to get inside. Zach Collins wiped it away.
In all situations, I'd rather see him look for somebody to get the ball to.
Yep. And then maybe get it back.
But the force is like that, and everybody's watching you is tough.
Suburban dribbles. Weak side pitch behind it. The Rim and the Cavaliers finish out the quarter. A little better than they started, that's for sure, as they were down 14-0 and trail right down 29-18 after 1. As the Cavaliers bench 16 of the 18 points so far. 12 minutes in the books. And your home of Cavaliers basketball. Talking some time with Larry Nance Jr. and Sr., along with Channing Frye. Of course, Bingo with that famous one-legged jumper was so good along the baselines. Number 6 all-time in Cavalier point score. And you spent 9 years with that, and I'm sure you cherish those memories.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Bingo was one of the best shooters I've ever played with. And he had a very high basketball IQ. Yeah, very high. He understood the game unbelievably well.
Played at such a great pace. As they double the building. Out there with Clarkson in the backcourt. They have to force one because of the clock. And the rebound to the Trailblazers. Nick Stauskas, who began the season in Portland, out there with Donovan, with Alana, Nance, and Clarkson. They've got Seth Curry with Collins, Wayman, Canner, and Hood. Collins, the post-up for an easy 2.
See, and again, the Cavs haven't seen a team that moves the ball up and down the floor and moves the ball in half court like this in this little streak they've been on. And so now it's a little different look that the Cavs have to learn how to deal with.
And this is the deepest team that Terry stops his hand in Portland. He admits that. He says they've got at least 12 guys he can go to. He won't. Keep going. Cavaliers will start at the clock. 24-second violation ensues.
And see what happens when you get down that quickly, that many points, it has a tendency to throw you out of rhythm. And that's what the point guards have to find a way to get this thing back under control.
Thomas Sexton takes over now for Matthew Dellavedova. The full-point ball game here for the Cavs.
Oh, yeah, already.
So they come into the ball game number 4 and bench scoring. See if they can take advantage of this now deeper group, though. It's going to Canner off the bench. Canner's the bully ball. And a travel violation gives it back to the Cavs.
Yeah, once he made that push, then he made 2 more quick steps. Watch, one, then he's going to go.
And there's the travel right there.
Right there, there's the travel right there.
He changes pivot foot.
Yep.
Canner didn't agree. I don't think Terry Stotts did either. Going hard right now against Collins. Good size. Stauskas, escape dribble. Hey, very good. That dude's extra good.
Yeah, when you get in, you get this young man going, and you we'll see some shooting tonight.
Of course, originally a part of the Rodney Hood deal. Before the Cavs traded him as well, but they re-signed recently. Foul before the shot. Listen, Nick Stauskas could always shoot the ball out of Michigan.
Yes. Doing a good job of getting open shot. Deep in the cue. Yes.
But he, as everybody knows, he's not just a three-point shooter. He takes a lot of pride in the rest of his game as well. Here comes Canner. I guess he is. And he give it up. That's a good catch to Curry. Here comes Wayne spinning into a shot. Nice move.
He's a tough guy to have to stop one-on-one. He's very agile. He knows what he's doing. He's strong.
Like 4 years at Maryland. Second-round pick and has really developed nicely for these guys. As the Cavs trail by 12. Brandon Knight, mid-range here. This time, rebound to Cannon. And playing in his sixth Kevlar game now. Got pretty little room. A bit further that time. Probably shooting over 50% in his short stick with Jordan. Sexton cut off. Open three. And he sticks. Good look at stroke by the Rook, so his first field goal.
Well, again, he's pushing the ball down the floor early, and that's important. Use his speed. Make him play the whole floor. Stop you first.
A good example of giving it up and getting it back. Curry back the other way.
He was shooting just like his brother.
Again, that's why it was part of the long-distance shootouts, which was won by Joe Harris.
Ex-Cavalier. Yeah, how about that?
Missed the shot. That was pestered that time. Here comes Rodney Hood. The 12-point Blazer lead. On the block. Gives it up. Wayman. Finds Coggins. Three-point shooter. Curry is well. 2 in a row for Seth Curry. He's number 3 in the league in three-point field goal accuracy at nearly 46%.
Yeah, those are shooting genes that come out of that family.
Dell set the tone. His minutes well off the mark. Cavaliers at 38% shooting. Portland at 62. Wow.
Again, the Cavs haven't faced a team like this, especially defensively. I mean, they have to do more of doing pressure on the ball, keep the pressure on the ball, and cover those three-point shooters.
And now they have some host of possibilities, of course, with Canner and Nurkic. Even once at 5 hits it for 3. The Cavs have to call another timeout as the lead suddenly blows to 18 in favor of Portland.
But in addition, the fans can enter to win a very special bobblehead, which is Larry Nance Jr. in his Revere High School jersey. And that's no face on there on that one. So those fans are signing in and trying to win that one on the concourse. The winners will be notified via text at the beginning of the third. I'll see who wins those guys.
I'm sure that Dad would probably agree. I know Jeannie would probably agree too. That Junior's looks a little bit better. Good likeness for Pops too. Here comes Canner. 5 in the shot clock. Almost trapped. Trying to sneak one in. Rebound to Kevin Love. Good defense by Zizic.
Yeah, they seem to be trying to do a lot more inside now. At least giving the big guys some opportunities now.
And the shot goes from Brandon Knight, who thought he was fouled.
And he was pushed from behind.
Not going to argue much. In fact, worse offensive line gives it back to the Cavaliers.
They're coming around the corner here. You can see right there.
Yep.
A little push.
Or if Dell taught him that too.
Free yourself, young man.
Exactly.
Use that low arm.
32-26. Guys going to use those tricks. And they try to detect it. Sexton and Love. No post-up opportunity there. Then he has to go to 5 in the shot clock. Double trouble. Nice little spin move to quick space. Holy and Conley knocked it down.
Well, you can see what the Blazers are doing. Their defense is all in the middle of the lane. They're not giving the Cavaliers any type of situations to have any good mid-range shots.
Here comes C.J. McCollum returning. Immediate forced upon by Kevin Love. Immediate forced to work. Another great defense. And Rose got Scott. Plus we got the rebound. Here comes Sexy. Turning the corner. Gives it up nicely to Dick. Swings to Kimberlin for three. Young Bull started it. Kimberlin ended it.
That was a good sequence there.
Really was.
Push the ball down the floor, make the defense cover the whole floor, come all the way back around to K-Love, and he's keeping it cute.
And maybe early in the season, Colin Sexton tries to force the shot through it. He can't get it back up.
Right.
Cantor on hook, and the line drive hook that goes.
And that's where they are different now. With Cantor in there, they have a lot more pressure on you in that paint.
And the long fights it up and down. Cantor was a good pickup for them after the trade deadline when he was waived by New York. Let's go back to Sexton's play here. Didn't force anything.
Right, he's using what he does best. In the open floor, he has the quickness to beat everybody out there, find the open man, one quick pass from Jerry, and a three-point shot. That, to me, is what the Cavs have to do more of, is use what they have. They have quickness in the open floor, use it.
Give him up at the line, knocks down the first. Killers Basketball, Fox Sports Ohio is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. For all Toyota offers, go to buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by Chase, earn 1.5% cash back on everything you buy with Freedom Unlimited. So one more for K-Love, who did consider going to the University of Oregon where his dad played, but wound up going to UCLA. Turned out to be a great decision, 1 year with the Bruins. Still not a popular decision in Portland, but it's a very flexible exports. Curry off the bounce, he hits it.
You shoot it.
Just like Steph Curry off the bounce. So he's got 9 quick runs on 3 free balls. Here comes Jimmy. Tracking down Curry. And he give it up. Curry spins ground. Sexton tries this in Curry. Takes his top one by Nurkic, but a body foul on Curry. So Colin Sexton will go to the free throw line. Curry must have felt like it was a marked man here.
Doing a good job of getting down low. Got the foul, going to foul, goes to the line.
Ball hits the first. They learn about the Q transformation and the new season ticket memberships at the Cavs Open House event on Wednesday here at the Q from March 6th from 11 in the morning until 7 p.m. RSVP now at Cavs.com/RSVP. As Colin gets a pair. So Sexton now with 5 points. This trail by the dozen. Defense to pull these guys off a little bit. Score 62%. Curry got 10. He's got 12. My goodness. 50-35. Missed most of last year with a stress reaction. Had to have surgery. The Dallas Mavericks. Showing he is healthy this year. Sexton again against Curry. Body up. Trying to force his way.
Yeah, see, when you get down that low, you got to understand you can't make that pass all the way across that baseline like that because the defenders are down there with you. You have to come back out with it when you get that low.
3.5 seconds on the shot clock. That's that score in the last 5 possessions. We'll have to work to get one here. Teddy came right back to the ball. And hit it. The most dangerous man is always the inbounder. That's right. As he carried in 3 balls. He's got 5 now. McCollum pestered to hit it anyway.
Boy, they can really shoot the ball, Captain. Man, they can put the ball in the basket.
They're 11th in 3-point accuracy. I should say 24th in 3-point accuracy. 36%. You think they'd be better than that this year if they had. Battling purposeful position. Give him up for fire. Shot. Ball is tipped in by McCollum. Back on Blazers. CJ McCollum called for the stroke. And Collins through for 3. So Portland, a barrage at the 3-pointer. 10 of 12 there right now. Starters have outscored the Cavs 33-19 so far. Let's check out Wendy's game summary. CJ McCollum back home here tonight, so to speak, with 18 points. 12 in the first quarter, he's only missed 1 shot. Clarkson came out quickly off the bench. He's got 9 so far, as he's played 9 minutes. And Seth Curry held him 12 points. And very much step up plays, but shoot that ball. Trying to carve out a nice career of his own. The fact that he's healthy as they go back to work, the Cavaliers do. Here comes Brendan Knight. On that give up. Montes is back out there. Nice step back. Fired. Here come the Blazers. That's his Nurkic on the give up. They trail by 20 now. Blazers trying to sweep the season series and end a 4-game losing streak in this building. Those are further ideas. Tight in a floater dome. One and done. Portland also winning in rebounding now. They're one of the best rebounding teams in the league, number 2 overall. CJ McCollum cuts and scores.
And that's a part of Memphis' game that people don't talk about. He's a great passer.
Sure is. Different spots on the floor. As McCollum has 20 all of a sudden in the half. Six lost the grip. Played by James. He continues to shoot that triple very well.
They're doing a good job of releasing the ball.
60-41, 2.5. Ticking second quarter clock. Jerry Scott was asked before the ball game any danger of looking ahead to Boston and Toronto. He said, nope, this is the next game on our schedule. We are focused big time on this game. They're showing. They're stretching in for 2. They just can't miss. 69% for the floor. 24-35. Jenny took it nicely on.
Jenny doing a good job of being aggressive, Fred, on both ends. Doing a good job of defending and scoring on the other end.
So give him 10 points all in this quarter. This end of the floor has been problematic for the game so far. Right. Their sneaks by now does. How about that? Huh? My goodness. These guys ever miss?
Well, before the game, I talked to a couple of them. They said, I asked them to give us a little break. They said, no, we need this game. So they're playing like they need this game.
44-43, they're also highly important. As Monte lost the hand, tipped off. Here comes CJ McCollum, sails inside. Jenny fouled it before they put them. Let's go back to that earlier pass of Yusuf Nurkic. It's our Rocket Mortgage play of the game so far.
Very good pass right there. Oh, man.
He must have learned a thing or two from Nikola Jokic, who was his teammate in Denver.
He passes the same way.
Yep.
Same type of passing, same type of offensive playing. I mean, both of them have great vision.
They've made 9 straight shots from the floor. As McCollum adds to his onslaught. Hey, tomorrow on Cameras and Paint, presented by State Farm, Coach Patel breaks down Kevin Love's impact. Richard Jefferson also goes in the cards tomorrow night at 6 on Fox Sports Ohio, streaming on the Fox Sports app. CJ's got about 30 friends and family here tonight.
Cost a lot of tickets.
From Canton OH, 66-43. Continue to get taller and taller in high school, as most high school players do. A couple of summers gained 4 inches this summer. Marks it back out there, no tip to me. He knew he missed it right away, so he's got 11. 66-45.